This fella looks young, he's only small. He's already missing his 2 legs. And my wife reckons these holes are big enough, so I do too. Probably made them too big. She said it'd be good if we could put another retaining wall on here so that'd be level. And then we could sort of level out the ground around the trees. There may be another retaining wall behind them, I don't know. That's a lot of work. Probably going to have to be done though. And down here this morning, just been scraping all the surface away, all the grass. So I could see where bamboo was, because there's all these little hard bamboo bumps and stuff and roots, and I'm going to have to try and work around. But I need to scrape away the dirt without damaging the trunk, try and find the roots and dig back out. So I've got to do it by hand rather than a big swing. And then the swinging will come in when I'm all the way out the back end trying to unsurface it. The slope down here, because these trees, like this one in particular, its trunk goes straight up and down. And the slope of the ground is pretty steep down here too, so I think by the time I'd got to the roots on this side and the roots on that side, it might almost be close to the slope that's up there, because this whole yard is just one big slope. There's no flat section, except just there. Anyway. Well, I have been down here all day. It's now 5:45, and I've only managed to work on one of the trees. It took me so long because you can see these bamboo roots. This big one, see a long one over there. There's a few over here. They were intertwined in amongst all of this, and they were just holding the tree. Now at the moment, it's still pretty solidly held because of these deeper tap roots that are heading down more. I'm still trying to dig some of those out, but I'm losing light. I think I've still got maybe 2 on the other side of the tree. So I'll have to come out here and do that at some stage tomorrow and try and get it into the hole up top. Wait, that was a long day. I spent just bent over digging around those roots. My wife came out at one point with the boys, the dogs, and she was telling me about the COVID figures was about 8:30 again for that today. So it's 2 days in a row. Lockdown, the heavy lockdown starts tonight, and the curfews Sunday night. And this week, coming week, was meant to be our final week of lockdown, but they've said they've extended it to the end of September, which happens to be, I think, the Thursday or Friday in the second week of the holidays, so just before school's meant to go back for the last term. This better be sorted and settled by the end of September. Because I really don't know how senior exams would end up running, because they're meant to start in October and they've already been pushed back a week because of this, hoping that it'll be all settled before then. I don't know. It's been the day, the weekend. I've been digging holes. incredibly strenuous, muscle aching, back aching work. I woke up so sore this morning and stiff, stretched out, got into it again. I can already feel it in my legs and my knees, my lower back, my hands. I have to do some of it tomorrow again, because I'll need to try and get that tree replanted, at least one of them. See you tomorrow. So I've just spent the morning in a regular morning meeting, staff, and then one for vet that went for an hour. But what I've got to try and do now is get this tree out before I completely shock it, and try and replant it. I couldn't get it all dug out yesterday, and I'll show you what it looks like now. The citrus don't have like a typical root ball, and they have roots that will spread out a long way, so I'm trying to make sure I've got as much of the root as possible. But as I was starting to get to the point where it was moving, finding that there's still some really deep tap roots that are heading down, and I want to try and save as much of those as possible. I mean, I've noticed that this one was heading down and came right up towards the surface, so I just want to try and dig in here a bit around these ones here and in the other side, so that it's loosened up, and then I'll just break the outer roots free with the shovel or something and get it done. That's one planted. It's standing straight. I'm just worried about this side of the tree, pulling it. The wind blew and nothing really happened before it actually tied those ropes on. And my wife said she's going to come out and prune it back a bit so it's got a better chance of survival. The other one I'll have to do another day. But I think I've left tools down there. Yep. That's what I was using to dig out everything yesterday. And then I used this to get in between the roots at the bottom. That was the hole. You can see how the roots sort of spread out. That one, I can already see I'm going to have issues because I've got bamboo root here, and I know I've had, you can see the little bamboo stump just there. There's been a couple more that are just around there, so there's going to be some bamboos all the way through the middle of this, which is going to suck. So you can see with that one, the base of the trunk is fairly plumb, but the top, because it's been trying to grow towards the northern sun all its life, there's hardly anything on the left side. That's what was facing the fence down the back. So yeah, hopefully it'll get more sun up this end and it'll try and just grow straight up and bush out a bit.